Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. And here we are, so... this will be interesting, I can assure you. Oh dear, still getting my breath back. Just came back from... bloody hell, what a day. Had work, and then within about 15 minutes... no, actually not even that, maybe about 2 minutes of being home, got changed, got ready for the gym. Joined this new gym and did a gym class, and Jesus Christ, I never felt like I wanted to die more. But, yeah, here we are. Gotta get my fan ass moving, haven't I? Let's see if we can get some fan asses moving over here as well, i.e. some allied warships from above the waves to below them, where they actually do belong. Hello there, Rainbow Slash, how you actually doing, my friend? Hello there, Anno, how are you? So usual protocol, couple of minutes and then we'll get straight into it. Give people time to actually join the stream. Now, it should be a rather interesting one. Should be very interesting. I think fundamentally it does very much rely upon THG and what he's going to be doing. I think Canton is... Canton, I don't know if Canton's actually going to remain under our control this turn. I'm going to say that we're probably going to see Canton fall this turn, but the thing is, well, we have no forces there other than two damaged flying boats. So I'm prepared to accept that loss, considering I can't save them at this point. So if we lose them, we lose it. I do really wonder if he will actually land there. I think it's one of those things of where he may do it, and if he does do it, then, well, honestly, it would be all the better. Hello there, no name, how you doing, my friend? Is anyone else playing the Anno 1800 beta tomorrow? You know what, I only bloody heard about that like 2 days ago. So then, James, welcome, thank you very much. Yeah, I've never actually looked at Anno 1800. I'll have to take a look at that. I do like the Anno games. So there, Saltfish, hello there, French Doggy Dog. How you guys? Right, man. So one of my favourite parts here is actually seeing the name of a new save game. So we'll get a bit of a drum roll. Let's take a look. Shock and awe. Hashtag America. Now that's going to be interesting. We do have quite a few battles here, to be honest. I imagine that we will see Mersing fall this turn as well. He did actually go with, was it a bombardment attack as of last turn? Now, usually how things go is you have a bombardment to gauge your enemy's strength, and then you go for a deliberate or shock attack. I don't know if we'd be able to repulse a deliberate or a shock attack. If it was a shock attack, it'd either be one of those things of where we'd lose utterly, or we'd lose and inflict some good casualties, or we'd just, yeah, barely survive. I don't know which one would be better, to be honest. Biplanes. Always nice to finish a stream, then turn right back around and watch someone else play. I don't know about you, but it's a bit tiring. It's one of these things. I can talk for hours. You just kind of get into a groove. I always find the hardest part is getting started. That's when you feel most aware of your own voice. But once you get into things, then it definitely gets easier. Right then. Turn 17. Let's take a look then, shall we? Okay. I'm quite nervous. I suppose you guys will be as well. And ladies, of course. We do have a few female viewers, which is cool. Right. Very curious. Okay, so we do occupy that base. So yeah, we did waste a little bit of time then actually marching towards that base, but at least we have taken it. Tenor, Haika, Banzai, Lupus. Right, I don't know if we just saw some activity over there at Savai. Did see something. Okay, so our task forces are reacting to the allied submarine there. Now we did damage one of the allied submarines as of last turn. I believe it was Seawolf. So I would like to see that one actually destroyed ideally. Oh well, hello, you missed. Please don't miss. Oh, you son of a... Twice! Twice she has survived. How is this the luckiest troop transport in the world? Twice! She was the one that we found around Fiji. I don't know, we might pick it up again. We do have some time to actually pick that up. I'm a little bit ticked off, because that would have been a great way to start. But oh well, we know what's there, so we know she's in the area. We may yet strike her. But I'm a little bit annoyed, because that's twice we've missed her. Okay, so we see a few more reactions over here. Right. What was that? Task force retreating, resuming to survive. We've merged over there, so that's our cruisers, it would seem. Interesting. God, I really want to actually destroy that. Yeah, he's unloading on Canton. So, we did spec that, but this is actually going to be really, really... Oh, this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. He's absolutely playing into our hands here. Because at the end of the day, Canton Island was abandoned. We only used it as a... well, we only used it as a patrol base for this short time. Now, he's landing actual troops here. I'm going to be extremely interested to see what has landed. Because we will be able to destroy it. This is actually drawing the Americans out. The thing is as well, he's invested resources into doing this. He's invested supply, he's invested fuel, he's invested men, guns, vehicles, possibly air power. And we will take that from him. We lose 2 patrol boats, no issue. We'll be back. The thing is, Canton Island is heavily damaged, the port is damaged, the airfield is damaged. He's taken a ruined prize. And the thing is, we'll take it right back from him. With so little effort, it'll be unreal. I will be really interested to see how this situation develops. That will be fun. But that is the first Allied landing that we've seen here. So this is going to be quite interesting to actually see it from the opposite view. We'll have to learn some lessons then, ideally. But I'm actually kind of happy about that. Right. Why does it keep seeing retreating? What have we found here? A patrol gunboat, the Moresby. Fails to find sub. The thing is, that sort of escort we could probably take. We have spotted a actual troop transport here. Ormiston. Now, is that actually coming from Suva? ASW attacking Leonardi. Right, we found here additional cruisers. So these would be the cruiser mine layers. So we spot here 2 heavy cruisers, perhaps? Yep, so he's committing to bombarding the island. So this is what we expected. Now, I suppose the thing is we could have tried to pull our forces back over here. Right, Pensacola's over here. Louisville, Achilles. Now, we did previously see Achilles, so that's rather interesting. Leander. Now, these were the 2 light cruisers from, well, from Fiji. Interesting. Now, of course, we are going to lose these 2 cruiser mine layers. There's no 2 ways about that. He'll be happy about this victory. But the thing is, right, Voyager, interesting, we did see her previously, I believe, around Pearl Harbor. Now, this has actually revealed some very interesting information. If only we had torpedoes aboard these ships. We do have our guns, they may get within range. Hello there, Cursor. Not too much, we've only just started here, to be honest. Yeah, I suppose we could have pulled them back as of last turn, but the thing is, I'm not comfortable doing that without information. But we'll be able to use this information now. The thing is, he's using ammunition here. So this ammunition is being weighted on, basically, auxiliary ships. They're nothing spectacular. Right. Now, that is what I find interesting, though. We are seeing a troop transport here. Are they bringing troops into Suva or out of Suva? But the thing is, even if he reinforces Suva, we can still take it. There's no way in hell he can stop Kitabutai. That's what we have to remember here. He's going to be happy about this. I know what it's like. He's going to be celebrating. Which I can't blame him. I would celebrate too. Now we can actually see the cruiser mine layers fire back at least. That'd be nice. Are we going to see some return fire? I mean, they're both aflame. They're taking a pounding though, but the good news about this, we will obviously lose these, but the longer they last in this battle, the better, because that is going to use more and more ammunition. Now the thing is, he's not going to be able to easily replenish this ammunition. He may have to go to New Zealand, he may have to go to Oz, he may have to go back to Pearl Harbor, but he's going to find it difficult to rearm. And this plays into our hands here. This absolutely plays into our hands. Now that is a, that would be a French destroyer, I do believe. But this is good, so we have now revealed quite a lot of his surface assets in this area. We know roughly where they are, and information is most certainly power. So we'll mourn the loss of these two cruiser mine layers, but we will see their sacrifice not be in vain. We'll return here and we will destroy them. Right, torpedoes in the water. I assume they're not our torpedoes? Range is close to 8,000 yards. Come on, can we see some return fire? But this is actually... They are soaking up a lot of fire here. That is very interesting. How big is the Fiji invasion force? We can potentially pull around about 10,000 troops to Fiji. We do have the 144th Regiment. We do have other forces. What's up there, Mr. AM? How are you doing, my friends? So we have seen a American landing at Canton. At least we will see that. We are seeing the US, possibly British or American, I'm not entirely sure, and a French destroyer, I'd imagine. Force will be here attacking at Savai. But these two cruiser mine layers are absolutely soaking up a lot of fire here. Yeah, they're taking a pounding, yeah. She finally does go down. But this is soaking up a lot of ammunition from rather valuable warships. Okay. She's not going down easy. She's taking an absolute pounding. I'd be very interested to see the amount of shell hits on her. I don't think she's had the opportunity to return fire. I suppose she's been under extremely heavy fire. Right, torpedoes out. I mean, this is good news as well. These are torpedoes that are being wasted on a meaningless ship. So do absolutely remember that. Those cruiser mine layers were former armoured cruisers. Yeah, so they can actually stand some punishment, which is quite good. They do have some guns, it's just obviously they are outclassed. Absolutely outclassed. Is that Okanishima? I believe she was definitely the superior cruiser mine layer, so she's definitely still in this battle. Right, 6,000 yards. Right, gun mount destroyed. Come on, Okanishima. Okanishima? She needs to just take this. The more shells that she takes means less shells fired at other Japanese. And she's definitely taken them. I honestly did not expect the battle to last this long, but yeah. A little bit about how you do, my friend. Internal explosion aboard the ship here. I'm going to be extremely interested to see how much ammunition this has taken. This has actually not been a good result here for THG. He may be happy about actually destroying the cruiser mine layers, but at the end of the day, this is actually taking valuable ammunition. Something like this, I would have actually just left well alone. It's not worth it. Range increases to 7,000 yards. Well, so far we have seen, just off the coast of Australia, we did actually miss a troop transport with our submarine, which is a annoyance. It's one that we actually did previously see around Fiji. Unfortunately, we didn't get the 2 torpedoes into her, and she finally goes down. We are seeing a troop transport off the coast of Nadi. Well, off the coast of Fiji. Okay, so take a look at that. That's, what, just shy of almost 80 shells, somewhere in the region of 70 odd. But that's a lot of shells that are wasted. So, it's a shame that we lost 2 of our cruiser mine layers, but yeah, they would have struggled to leave here. Okay, so this would be the transport that wasn't actually within the port, so that's rather interesting. So she's obviously going to go down, but this says, again, additional ammunition being used. We did have our other transport actually within the port, so that's 21 additional shells that are wasted. Okay. So he's actually not going to bombard the force this turn. If he does bombard the force next turn, he's going to actually lack ships. We are now spotting 6 allied ships again here. 5 allied ships near Savai, of course. 6 allied ships near Baker Island. Speed 23 knots moving northwest. We are seeing allied SS near Clayton. Interesting. Right, we've actually revealed some very interesting information here. Have we actually arrived at Nauru Island? Huh. I didn't think we'd make it there so quickly. I mean, if we've made it there in that time frame, I'll actually be very happy. Right. So he's going to have a little bit of a victory there, but it will not last. I don't think he knows where Kidibutai is, because I think his moves actually are really, really aggressive if he knew there were carriers in the area. So I'm somewhat suspecting maybe he has carriers in the area to give him some of the confidence to back this up. But this is still a very brave move. Okay, so the sweep over Singapore didn't actually bring us in contact. Right, we are running combat patrol over here, so 11 P-35s. Well, this is a sweep. Now these Ki-27 nates are not very good. I'm just hoping that we might be able to kill something here. Okay, these P-35s aren't exactly great either. So we're facing up against these B, well, these are basically going to be D class of aircraft, so are these. But at least this is actually going to be some experience here. Was that the only escort for your invasion? Well, the fact is, that wasn't actually for the invasion of Suva. Sorry, yes, for Suva. That was the force that was originally intended for Mackin, that did actually take over Canton, that did take over Savai. So the fact is, the fleet there, it's a shame to have lost it, but the floater, it's a shame to have lost it, but they've delivered that cargo. The objective has been taken. The thing is, it's going to be difficult for him to actually take it back from us, and it's using valuable resources here. Right. Ideally, we don't lose any. Yeah, we didn't actually lose any planes here, supposedly. Possibly some operational losses, but we do destroy a P-26 and a P-35. I'd say we probably don't want to be doing that too much. These planes aren't very good. So there, Ophelia, how you doing, my friend? Hello there, I just want to say that I recently found your channel and have been enjoying your War and Pacific series a lot. Thank you so very much, man. I definitely recommend checking out THG's point of view as well. It was really interesting to see the actual difference in our views and the way we approach things. So I'm not a happy bunny when it comes to sweeps like this with less aircraft. But again, we aren't seeing anything answering us in combat air patrol over Singapore. Excuse me. Okay, so we have our Ki-21 1C Sallies over here. They're going to hit the Chinese war area headquarters again, which is going to be good. Well, this is it. It's a tactical victory. The thing is, it's a meaningless victory. It deprives us of 2 cruiser mine layers and a transport, which, yeah, I'm going to miss. That hurt. I don't like to lose ships. But the thing is, it's drawn him out and it's used valuable information. The thing is, he's not going to find it easy to replace this ammunition. So when it comes to an actual naval confrontation with a real warship, with the real Imperial Japanese Navy, he's going to be lacking ammunition. And that is going to be make or break in battle. We'll be able to actually outlast him. That means we have an advantage in endurance. And that is a huge victory. Okay, the Lucy War area. Yeah, we do, we absolutely need to nail the airfield there at Singapore. That is going to be the key to taking control of Malaya. If we can destroy his air forces there, he'll have nothing left. Okay, an additional 73 casualties inflicted here. That's not going to be good. Oh, we actually, Jesus, did we actually manage, wow. I'm not even kidding you, that was extremely lucky. I honestly expected to lose a good majority there. But that is rather impressive. So they actually did manage to slip by these allied fighter planes. So that's fantastic. They still managed to drop bombs here. But this cannot happen again. We will not fly. I watched THG and XGRG, both are great, but HCG is more in depth. I think it's because obviously I spend a lot more time on the turn. We actually do go through things together. Well, we really don't know if it's a strategic victory for you yet. A couple of weeks would be needed to say anything. Well, this is it. If he withdraws a fleet next turn, I don't think he can get the ships, get the enemy ships. Well, this is it. He's gonna, well, he has that victory of taking out the cruiser mine layers. But the thing is, we've taken Savai. He's used ammunition. So, when we look at it from a point of view of the battle to come, that's going to mean that the Pensacola, I can't remember the name of the other heavy cruiser, but we have Leander, and I believe another light cruiser there, as well as 2 destroyers that have used valuable ammunition, which means that is ammunition that is not going to be used against our own real warships. So, the thing is, I honestly think we'll sweep in from the area. Ooh, wow, they could have, right, we're gonna... No? Okay. He just won't fly there. Right, okay. So, yeah, as we would have imagined, we are going to see a battle here at Mersing. No. He's strafing our infantry. Wow, that's really impressive. First time I've actually seen some strafe in here. And now if I had a combat air patrol, we could have actually jumped on these fighters. So that would have been nice. 7 casualties, so nothing huge there. Right, quite a few bombers here, so Hudsons, Blenheims, 139s, and Woodways. Okay, notice the fact that they're coming from northern bases. This looks like it's coming from Kuala Lumpur. It looks like it's coming from the base over here. It looks like it's coming from Johor Bahru and Singapore. Only 8 casualties, wow. I don't think I'd be too happy about that. It's the B-17s that cause the damage. As we know of 3 heavy cruisers, 2 DDs, and 4 to 6 CLs near Fiji. Yeah. Louisville, Yanda, and Achilles. Yeah, there's the Singapore fighters. I mean, if we'd been able to jump on them, we would have done some real big damage. Okay, he's not really causing much in the way of actual casualties here. It's hurting. I feel we'll probably see Mersing for this turn. He has around 20,000 men. It honestly depends on... Right, he's using his biplanes here. That's fine, I'd rather them be used against meaningless... Yeah. This is actually a very good thing because we do get an idea of what he actually has over here. So you can see the most dangerous thing he has currently is P-40B or E Warhawks and then Buffaloes. Nothing particularly amazing. Swordfish. Right, now these are the big boys. The B-17s are the ones who do the damage. But they actually didn't do any damage this turn. Impressive. Now, it's interesting to see, actually. Notice his altitude here. So he's running at 9,000 feet, which I do find rather interesting. This looks to have been a combat air patrol, potentially, or a long-range combat air patrol, or even a sweep. But notice the fact that all of these planes, even though they're all in a small area, are uncoordinated. Which actually shows a lack of coordination here between his allied squadrons. Which is something that we can absolutely take advantage of. Yeah, Warhawk strengthen. Okay. Now that's interesting. We could take a look at the numbers. We can actually take a look at the models of aircraft there. So by doing that, he's actually revealed some rather important information. Wow, we've actually made it to Nauru. I do hope we have forces arriving at Ocean Island. I did send forces to Ocean Island, didn't I? I'm going to be annoyed if I didn't. I'm rather surprised that we've actually arrived at Nauru. That's really quick. Do I have forces there? 9 allied ships. Near Pearl Harbor moving east. Interesting. I do wonder if he's actually unloading troops at Nadi. The thing is, it doesn't matter if he reinforces Malaya. Sorry, Malaya? Bloody... It doesn't matter if he reinforces Fiji, because... Honestly, the more resources he pumps into Fiji, the better it turns out for us. This is what we have to remember here, guys. An escalation of force by the Allied forces is a benefit to us. There's nothing in 1941 he can throw at me to defeat me. Of course, if it was to get a lucky strike, but the thing is, we have 6 fleet carriers, 2 3 days north. We have 4 battleships. We have, what, 6 heavy cruisers, potentially more. 4 or 5, maybe more light cruisers, destroyers. We have support elements, we have aircraft nearby as well. We have advanced information, and it's going to come crashing down on him. So we want him to commit more to this theatre. The more he commits to the South Pacific, the more we can make him pay for it. These surface assets that we're seeing here, they're absolutely vulnerable to the air. And it would be beautiful. I'd happily lose a couple bombers if it meant we could destroy some heavy cruisers. I'm glad that we waited. I'm glad that we did set a operational deadline. I feel that we'll probably end up acting before the 30th of December now due to the fact that things have really escalated. We'll see how it turns out. Right, we can actually see some of our A5M4 Claudes over here. Interesting. Dorniers, so these are German. So I'd imagine they'd come from the Dutch. Yeah, we did lose the Runa, which sucks. Yeah, he threw a lot of stuff at Mersing, but didn't do too much. And you can shore bombard him into oblivion. We don't even need to shore bombard him. We have 200 plus bombers on board Kitawutai. So they're Artem, how you do, my friend? So yeah, just imagine that. It's like the amount of damage that we can do from these bombers from the D3A1 Vals and the B5N2 Kate is pretty impressive. So we don't... I mean, the thing is, we don't even need to rush this. There's no actual state that we need to do this. We can take our time with it, and he can't. So, Vercola, we've seen potentially a landing at Canton. We've seen our cruiser mine layers and a transport sunk at Savai by a raid of 2 allied heavy cruisers and 3 light cruisers, 2 destroyers. We did see a bombing and strafing runs at Mersing. Right, hello, please. Oh, no, okay, no, that's his top. Right, okay. I'm glad that didn't actually hit. Somebody taking on water, hello. Are we actually going to take this down? Near miss ahead, somebody taking on to water, near miss to port, somebody taking on water. Oh my god, if we actually force her to rise here. Very nice. Right, so we found it. Right, okay, no, the attack continues. We do have an extreme amount of actual destroys here. Oh my god, if we can actually destroy her, I'd be extremely happy. Come on. Right, we got a hit. Penetrated, fires below deck. Severe damage. Is this the end of Tarpon? Come on, find her, find her. Doesn't look like we'll find her here. Escorts abandoned search. Right, okay, so we did actually try to interdict our landers here, but look at those hits. Now that's listing 11 hits here. We did see one of these hits absolutely nail Tarpon. So I don't think Tarpon's going to be making it out of here, actually. She's been heavily, heavily damaged. So that's fantastic result there. The more submarines that we can take down, the better. Just look at this pack of submarines over here by Bataan. The thing is, we don't actually have anything really in that area. Right, Seal. Come on, let's try and take her down. Escort abandons the search. Okay. I'm happy that we've actually inflicted some damage to an allied submarine, which is good, very good. Amphibious landing off of Funafuti. Very nice. Are we going to see Funafuti fall, Nauru Island fall, and Ocean Island potentially fall? Are we going to make it to Ocean Island? I really hope we do make it to Ocean Island, because I'd be bloody impressed if we did take Nauru Island, Ocean Island, and Funafuti within the same turn. That'd be really nice. I don't know. Right, okay, so there's actually troops here. Okay. I do hope it's not a lot of troops, because I've not really sent many troops either. We may have to use some of our air power, potentially, or even send additional troops. I didn't actually expect troops to be there, so I suppose, well then again, I didn't expect to be there in return either. Okay, bombardment attack over here by the 3rd Division. We can see here the 23rd Group, the 21st, 28th, 49th, 50th, and the 9th Provincial Chinese Corps. Okay, oh, we were the ones who actually suffered there. That's interesting. Japanese deliberate attack over here? Yep, okay. So if they retreat over here, we know that we can definitely follow this up with a shock attack and absolutely annihilate them. Okay, so they're forced to retreat again. And we'll continue to follow them. So that's 991 casualties inflicted there. We suffer 26, only disabled, no destroyed. Look at Mersing though. Yeah, pretty much. Right, so 42 squads destroyed there, 44 combatant, sorry. Shock attack at Funafuti, so we'll take Funafuti this turn. Tenno, Haiga, Banzai! Good. Right, allied deliberate attack of Mersing. I think he'll probably be able to take it. I'd be surprised if he didn't. If the Yokosuka stuck in the SNLF actually do manage to hold on here an additional turn, I'd be very happy. But I will expect them to probably fall here. It does depend. Right. No, we actually do manage to hold here. Oh, wow. Okay, so Mersing continues. Right, defender terrain. Yeah, preparation fatigue's obviously not helping us. 210 casualties, but we do actually inflict 341 casualties upon the allies here. That's good news. Okay, we'll be able to take a look at their numbers here as well, which is always a good thing. So you can see here 9,694 troops attacked, 81 guns, 2 vehicles. Assault value is only 331. But the thing is, that is actually remaining in the area, which is fantastic. That's exactly what we want. An allied shock attack on the 3rd Division. Okay. I'm going to be somewhat interested to see what the results are here. Ideally, we do actually devastate them. He could do some damage to us, though. That's the issue here. That's looking pretty painful. Oh, he does actually force us to retreat here. Wow. Wow, okay, yeah, that definitely paid off. Wow. Holy shit. Okay, wow, I've got to hand it to him there. That did absolutely hurt. And I'm quite surprised at that, actually. I suppose that wasn't due to, yeah, 2-to-1 odds, yeah, wow. Okay, that hurts. I know he's going to be happy about that one, but we will be back. Not even, massive odds here. I suppose it's the fact that he did have all these guns, but we'll be back here. Didn't expect that. Right, shock attack at Nauru Island. 61st Naval Guard, I don't think we'll take it. Yeah, wow! Oh! God, that was close. They surrendered. No, Hiker Bandai. Thank God for that. And we destroy a Catalina. 109 casualties, wow. That was clutch. That was super, super clutch, because we were in operational mode here. Wow, okay. That was clutch. I did not actually think we'd take that. Okay, Nauru Island has fallen here. Allied shock attack at Canton Island. We're only seeing a base force over here, but that's going to be fantastic. We'll be able to take that back. So Canton Island falls, but we see his forces continue towards Baker Island. Very interesting turn so far. Kotobaru has expanded her airfield to size 5 now. Fantastic. We have seen an additional division arrive in the Philippines. Very interesting, actually. But I'm quite happy we did destroy another Catalina here. That's good news. So we'll have lost 2 H6Ks that were on Canton, but that's fine. We expected that. But he's landed a base force now. Well, no, I don't know, actually. It depends really if he can actually unload in return. But the thing is, we will visit destruction upon him here. He's actually committing to this theatre. He's definitely escalating this into a larger battle. And the thing is, he's not going to be able to handle this. There's no way in hell he can defeat... There's no way in hell. Absolutely no way in hell he can defeat Kitabutai. So all of these assets he's actually deploying to this area are going to be destroyed. In time. Most pathetic hurrah I've ever heard. Yeah, it's a little bit mute, isn't it? Okay, I was actually a little bit surprised about the losses over here by the 3rd Division, but I suppose that was a shock attack that actually did have, did hurt. Really did hurt. So we'll rest here. They've taken a lot of disruption and fatigue. We'll be back. We'll be able to rest and recover here. He'll be happy about this, but we've inflicted losses like this quite often. Okay, we need to take him out over here. Yeah, Tokyo Rose proves absolute Japanese superiority. The eternal Nippon. Okay, 29. We'll be closing in there. So what we are going to do then is set this to the operational mode, and we'll close in on Chushian. Okay, so yeah. That is... Okay, that makes more sense. So 52,000 Chinese. I suppose we did walk into that one expecting something in the region of 20,000 unless they'd been reinforced or unless we weren't actually seeing accurate information. But no bother, we'll be back. I mean, we have 2 divisions over here to follow this up. We do have additional divisions to actually follow up elsewhere. We did win a victory over here, so we'll have the 15th Division actually carry this on and bring this Chinese force into ruin. We have an additional division here to actually, well, back us up with their artillery. So, he's won a battle over here at Chang. I mean, China's an interesting theatre, really. Ultimately, one that we cannot lose if we actually apply our forces correctly. Okay, these forces will begin to move. These will move a day later. The important thing is the artillery is moving as well, so that's good. Okay, what I'm going to tell them to do is actually... So 17th Division, just march all the way up here to the north. In fact, just march onto Xinjiang. Right, set all to follow. Set all to plan for Xinjiang. There we go. Yeah, bad intel is always a bane. Absolutely correct there. Right, we'll be in contact with the enemy next turn, so we'll actually go into combat mode here. Thankfully, I suppose I would have liked it if we'd arrived there this turn, but that's fine. We do see an additional force here. This Lucy War area, I imagine, has been taking a pounding, but... Okay. We have 32nd C detachment. I have 32nd A detachment. I feel I should probably chase down these forces, though I could always use air power. It's just I don't want him to actually cut off this rail line. So A detachment will turn around and actually head towards them. They're only about 1 hex away, I believe. Yeah, they're only 1 hex away. So that'll take about 2 days for us to arrive in the area. The terrain here is clear, so yeah, we'll arrive. If it's a shock attack, yeah. Okay, notice his forces are moving here. China is still a big concern in my eyes, but I say this since turn 5 or so, if he can make a stable front with his troops, I don't think... No, absolutely not. He will fall in China. There's no way he can actually stop us. You imagine we've been using our forces piecemeal, we've had our forces spread out, he's been able to concentrate much larger numbers. If you take a look, well, taking into account the fact that over here, we have 61,632 infantry, 81,829 secondary troops. You take a look over there, 1,419 vehicles, 1,464 guns. We're going to move around him. No, we can win China with the forces we have here. There's no additional forces needed. Just the correct application of force. Right. That's a big submarine pack over there. But we did see the submarine absolutely nailed, so we'll try and hit it again. Right, okay, we're closing on the Philippines as well. But we are unloading now. Very good. I know, it's absolutely fantastic, isn't it, to see this map. Absolutely incredible. But yes, we can see here that we are now landing the 4th Division. Wow, actually quite a lot of troops ashore there. That's really good. No, I can actually be in strategic movement, which might be a good idea. At least then we'll be able to move up here pretty rapidly. We are going to be marching here soon. Are we going to march? Well, actually, we could be beginning to march now, potentially. Though that's still quite a bit of fatigue and disruption, so I'm going to actually give my troops some time to rest. So a couple of his vehicles have moved over here then. 3,400 troops. 32,000 here. 61,000 here. 2,000 over here. Okay. We're still waiting on the... Which one is this? The Cannon detachment. It's taken them a little while, but once we do actually catch up, we're good. Does Japan have a chance to beat the US in this game? We can win. There is a way to win. We can win through victory points. And, well, we can win. We can win through a victory point scenario. But it's definitely stacked against us. The Allies have infinite resources. And if we don't win soon, basically, if we don't actually achieve great victories in the early years, then, yeah, things will inevitably turn on us, and there'll be no way to stop it. Right, APDs. I'd imagine he's reinforcing here, then. 1,700 troops. But this is fine. This is actually a good thing for us here. AV, interesting. Right. So there, Victor, how are you doing, my friend? I'm half tempted to actually pull the patrol boats off the island. God, there's always one of them that's damaged, isn't it? I mean, they have some heavy fatigue. But indeed, I'm half tempted to actually pull the troops off the island here. So that, well, sorry, the actual flying boats off the island just to maintain their survival. Okay, so he's retaken Canton. So of course we've lost those troops there. But you can only look and see here. 60 troops. Did we take Ocean Island? So how the hell did we make it to Nauru Island but not Ocean Island? That one I'm intrigued by. But either way, we'll land here as of next turn, which is good. Okay, so with Nauru Island, that did eliminate his actual Catalina over here. So that actually did eliminate his ability to run reconnaissance, which is interesting. Now, we are seeing 3 heavy cruisers, 6 destroyers. Sorry, a destroyer here as well. He still has 6 ships. Intriguing. Now, I actually have 1, 2, 3 submarines in the close area. He's moving northwest now. But the thing is, he's closing in on his doom. He's absolutely closing in on his doom. When will you capture the southern island of the Philippines? Do you have a plan for it? Well, we are going to pacify the north where the main resistance is, and then what we'll do is we'll have a division actually move through here and capture the rest, so capture Mindanao. The Philippines will fall probably next month. It's just building up our forces now. The 33rd Division is marching now, so they've made good progress here, 30 miles marched. 184 to go. So we're actually meeting up over here. Are we meeting up over here? No, we're marching directly onto here then. Okay. Hello there, Riven. How you doing, my friend? So, yeah. We have the 33rd Division marching south, which is good news. Obviously, they'll link up with our forces over here, and then we'll have another division which is currently unloading over here. We'll be able to reform another division. So in the Philippines, we'll have 3 divisions once these forces arrive over here. We'll be able to recombine, ideally at a Pari or elsewhere, and actually form the 2nd tank division as well. Now, speaking of tanks, we are now beginning to unload the additional tanks as a transport. Right, seems we still have some elements of the 33rd Division. Seems it's been slowed down due to the tanks being unloaded. But we'll be okay. We'll catch up. Unloading some Japanese aviation engineers. Right. Tank regiment's been unloaded. I might just tell them just to hold off again. It's one of these things of, like, we want to obviously unload here, but it's just due to the size of the port, actually. So what we'll do is we'll cancel unloading here for the time being. We'll let the rest of the division unload, and then we'll move. These war simulators seem interesting when I ever got into them. It's absolutely worthwhile. Absolutely worthwhile. If you play against a human opponent, the challenge is just incredible. There's so much going on. Okay. So what we're going to do here then is go through... let's go through the operations log. Japanese tanks are tanklets, let's be honest here. Oh, absolutely, but in the first year, they're okay. They're not great, but they're okay in the first year. Right. Right, we're packing over here then, that's good. So another day we'll be loaded up on Guam and Saipan, we'll be able to move. So there, Spartan. Hey everyone, one question though. You mentioned Canton destroyed near Kitabutai, so what is Kitabutai's detection? Good question. That's what we're going to be looking for now, actually. Because if he doesn't know where Kitabutai is, then he's actually going to be out. He's going to be in for some very interesting times. Right, G3M2 ports possible submarine near Kotobaru. Possible submarine, Miri. Right. So we are seeing obviously those forces there near survive. So best categories this game for sorry. For beginner. I'd say honestly just go for broke. Warner Pacific is the best game by far. There's nothing else that rivals its complexity. So I'd just go for it. It would be absolutely worthwhile. Once you get to a point at which you feel competent, it's absolutely worthwhile. There we go. Ah, bloody hell. Excuse me. See, this is the bloody annoying thing when you actually do a little bit of construction work as a day job. Is like you do get dust that you breathe in, and sometimes it comes back on you. Okay. Damage by flight was unfortunate. Right. Followed by Allied level bomber near Nauru Island. I'd imagine that was the one coming in there. Allied aircraft by Tarawa. I suppose it would be, wouldn't it? Right, now that's a lot of actual... yeah, the first setup, but once you're done with the setup, it's absolutely done. And you gotta think of it this way here. Once you do it once, all you have to do then is make that save. And just think of it this way. You can always then edit that save in the future to try different things. F1 M2P reports sighting 8 Allied ships 132 near Ocean Island. Interesting. Canton Island over here. Tarawa. Wake. Yeah, we need to give them some actual aviation support here. A few of them crash on landing. Allied float plane near Ocean Island. Tokyo, I doubt that one. Miri. I don't know about you guys, but I don't think he knows where Kitabutai is. I actually don't think he knows. Yeah, Pacific. Interesting. Shikaku is available for service in damaged state. Okay, that's good news. So she's back in action, so we can actually move if we wanted to. 34th Division takes replacements from Hankau. Right, so we do admit the losses, but we haven't admitted the losses of Yanagi. Interesting. I don't think he knows where Kidabutai is. I don't actually think he knows Kidabutai is here, which is extremely interesting because we actually did have a report suggesting she'd been spotted over here. Very, very interesting. Okay. Something's been drinking the fuel here. I'm going to imagine it's probably Kidabutai. Yeah, fuel needs to be unloaded here. Right, Higuro has arrived. Chitos has arrived. Tank has arrived and unloading fuel here. Ondo has arrived. Okay, we're loading fuel and supply here. More supply. Good. Okay. So, yeah, we'll take a look over here then. If we can actually see any detection banners. I don't think we have any detection. As far as I can tell, I don't think there's any detection here. Okay, so we've drank dry KYJ, which is not ideal, but we do have additional fuel arriving over here. I may take... right, the Toha Maru is actually loading fuel over here, so we can take that. We do have... Right, the AV is going to arrive here next turn. Fantastic. We'll put you on mission speed. Okay, so we'll land here at Ocean Island next turn. Okay, so our forces have recombined over here. I'm not particularly pleased about the amount of fuel. I think we are definitely lacking fuel in the area. We do have fuel on its way. It needs to arrive sooner rather than later. But yeah, I suppose it might have been a mistake letting Kidabutai drink so very much fuel. Might have been better to actually have them like a minimal or tactical refuel and then like supply them. Okay. Yep. So you'll arrive next turn then. Just cruise speed will be fine. Mission speed. How many supplies do I have here? 50,000 tons of supplies. Okay. Did we actually manage anything over here? It doesn't look like it. I'd say probably not. Zurikaku. So obviously we do need that additional fuel. Right, the secondary land forces are coming over here. Right. Yeah, we drank a lot of fuel here, but we'll be able to replenish that. I still have a tanker here. I think we'll have to send that back to KYJ. Yeah. It'd take a couple days to land at KYJ, but I think we'll actually head out to KYJ because obviously the island has been snooped here. Right. Is he aware? Right, okay, so he spotted our 2 battleships here. Now that's interesting. I don't think he's actually spotted us here. That's interesting. Okay. So what we'll do now then is we'll actually land some float planes over here to Funafuti. Well, it's actually going to give us range out to... Yeah, so a Jake could actually, 10 from Funafuti is actually really quite good here. We know he still has forces here. I could actually land our patrol boats over here, actually. Well, the flying planes over there, the flying boats over there, potentially. But I do really want to move them when we have aviation support. Okay. I didn't think we'd arrive so soon. Well, if he's smart, he would do. That would be the smart idea. I find it extremely interesting, though, that he's continued to move. Now, the question is, do we actually have our submarines head over here to Canton Island? Because we could potentially hit his transports over here. I'd imagine they're not going to be anywhere near done. That's a base force. That's going to take him some time. I do have some good detection there as well. Okay. If he turns those heavy cruisers back, then he probably knows Kitabutai is near. But the thing is, well, what's he gonna do? He's still moving northwest. He's had a lot of reconnaissance over Tadawa. We might have been able to actually take out the seaplane, the Catalina over there at Nauru Island, before he could actually do anything with it. I mean, if that is the case, then that is a very, very nice turn of events. I'm interested to see who's drank all the fuel. Didn't really expect to see any more fuel drank there. But yeah, you take a look over here, you can see here, no detection. So what do you guys think then? Do we... They might have actually taken additional fuel. Do we actually set out here? Because, well, then again, I suppose it's one of these things that we need to be ready. I'd love to have additional fuel in the area, but we will be able to make do for the time being. Fuel is on its way. Okay, so those are the forces over here. How do you think things are going so far? Well, I mean, we suffered some defeats. I mean, we suffered over Mersing, where we did lose a battleship, which was a nice, important asset. But it can't be held. Ships in port also drink fuel. It wouldn't make sense considering the amount of ships there. Fuck. Well, I forgot to turn off, do not unload cargo. But we're here, so, right, okay. Bloody hell. That was a bloody mistake there, wasn't it? Otherwise we'd have taken, Miri this turn as well. God damn it. Well, I suppose we can take advantage of that. At least we now have the ability to split them up, potentially grab Brunei as well while we're here. That might be good. We've already covered do not split Kitabutai. Yeah, we're not going to split Kitabutai, don't worry about that. We're going to reform them again. Question is, do we do it now? And I'd say probably, because if he continues to move here, we can actually really punish him. He's how far away is he? He's 29 hexes away. We do have submarines over here. Do they have any search planes? I don't think any of these bad boys do, but we do have float planes. I think what we might do here then is actually move the flying boats, the H6K4s, from Savai over here to Funafuti. Though, if I do move to Funafuti, what's the range actually from Tarawa to these cruisers? 19. Now, our flying boats have a range of 25. Yes, don't put a midway on us, yeah. Indeed. Okay. Ideally, the Zeros are ready to move again. One of them's in for maintenance, but we should be able to move them. Good, it's actually removed all that fatigue there. That's quite nice. Very good, actually. Okay. Music seems a little bit quiet. I'm just going to turn the music up 1 second, guys. Ah, there we go. Sometimes I actually knock the bloody volume control on my headset. Oh, wow, okay. I actually forgot about them, but they've made it through unharmed, so all's well that ends well, really. Commander detachment is going to begin marching. The good news is it looks like his armored vehicles are pulling out here, so we'll be able to land, well, we'll be able to take Maoban. That's good. Those Nels are armed. Yeah. It really would be, wouldn't it? It would be an absolute shame if these naval bombers were to come out. And God, you know what? I forgot to update the map again. God damn it, I'm so bad at this. I'll update it after stream then. Okay. Now, we do have a lot of fuel over here to truck, we just need to move it. We need to look at how we're going to move this fuel then. Now, we do have a tanker over here, which is good news. So what I'm going to do here then is... tanker. Right. Hayamoto has loaded up on fuel, actually. Oh no, you're loading up on fuel. Okay. I do actually have a second tanker. Okay, fantastic. Begin to load ASAP. That's not a lot of capacity. That's only, what, 2,500 units of fuel? But that's still something there. Well, this is it. If he does bring carriers, he is absolutely going to regret it. Absolutely. Right. Do not refuel. In fact, I'm going to drink the fuel from those ships, probably. I think how the situation is going to go here is it really depends on how he moves now. However, how many torpedoes do you have available at K1J? Well... they draw it from the supply. We have 15,000 tons of supply, so I'd imagine quite a few torpedoes could actually be produced. Yeah, they're ready to go. So, I mean, that's, yeah, and bloody hell, we have 8 G3s in reserve here. I feel we definitely need to move another squadron G3s out into the Pacific. I think that'd be fantastic. And I'd say probably have them moved over here to Babal Duab. And then maybe a squadron here to track, just so we have some absolute security here. Because right now, this is basically open. Okay, Iro is loading fuel, 6,420 units. What I might do is actually have them begin to move now, so we can actually get those, well, that fuel moving ASAP. Right. Okay. I'd imagine they're probably over here somewhere. Now, actually, this is very interesting. We do have 2 submarines in the area. Very, very interesting. Okay. I think what we're going to do is actually attempt to hit his cruisers over here, because that would be amazing. Yeah, within range. Wouldn't that be a shame? Wouldn't you agree, guys? Wouldn't that be a crying shame if he was actually to see his forces hit? Moving east. Interesting. I wonder if he's moving back over this way. Right, move there. And then move into Savai. Okay. Then to begin to move east as well then. We may be able to catch them. But let's take a look over here. I have 4 guns, rest and training. We'll put them on combat mode just in case. I still have the Kamikaze Maru over here, the Hashimi. So she's still alive. Right, we have 888 tons of supply, that's nice. Yeah, it would be really, really quite sad on it. But I like the fact that we actually managed to strike here, that's really nice. It's nice to see that coordination as well. I honestly expected this to take another day. So we'll take Ocean Island here. I think what we might do then is actually load the Naval Guard back up. ASAP, have them actually recombine at Tarawa. He's going to be aware of our forces over here at Tarawa, but this is actually going to lead into our... it's going to lead... Well, it's going to bring him closer to us, really. Because at the end of the day, he's going to identify the invasion forces. He's not going to exactly know where they're actually bound for, which is really interesting. Now, we are, of course, blockading Fiji. He's aware of that one. And it looks as though he's reinforcing Fiji, which is intriguing. But, as I said earlier, the more he reinforces here, the more we'll be able to destroy, so I'm happy about that. But we take a look over here then. So we are seeing at least 2 heavy cruisers, 3 light cruisers, 2 destroyers. And then we see 3 to 4 heavy cruisers over here at DD now. So in reality, we're aware of maybe 6 heavy cruisers in this area. And the thing is, where are they going to go? They're not going to have too far to go. We could actually hunt them down, to be honest. Now, I'm actually somewhat tempted to sally Kidibutai 4th so that we can actually try and hunt down these ships here, potentially. Though, I don't think I'd commit too much. I think what I potentially do then is actually look towards moving towards Ocean Island, potentially. There's a lot here to consider, but we do have things actually working in our favour. Yes, he struck a little victory down here, but if we could actually hit him with our submarines, that would be great. Right, I think what we're going to do here then is tell them to actually try and hit the... let's see. What's the size of this? Right. Let's see if we can cause some damage. But then again, that might be a little bit too risky. I don't want to actually... I don't know. Does the Allied player play only US or controls all Allied forces? Yeah, he controls all Allied forces, so that's American, Canadian, New Zealanders, Australians, there's some Free French forces, the Dutch, the British Empire, and the Raj, the Chinese, and then later the Soviets. Obviously the Americans over here as well. I suppose the Filipinos, obviously they're not independent. Lot there. Now what's interesting is to see here, we aren't seeing any additional submarines in this area. So I wonder what's going on here. Now we're only seeing 2 ships over here. I do wonder if he's actually maybe slipped out with the Prince of Wales or the Repulse. I'd be interested to see that. But ultimately, I think we'll probably capture, because at the end of the day, where's she going to go? I reckon she could probably only go to Palembang, maybe. Or she's going to head north. If she heads north into the Straits of Malacca, we'll actually be able to catch her. If she heads south, we'll probably catch her anyway. Obviously, due to the fact that we have patrol here, and we have patrols here. I might actually intensify the patrols around the Strait of Malacca. I mean, that'd really suck for me, wouldn't it? Are those are Dutch troops, I think. Are they British troops? No, those are British troops. Right, how close are we to Georgetown? I definitely need more supplies here. But there's 937 assault value here. Okay, the mountain forces have arrived. Right, they're moving on Georgetown, so it's going to take a while then. First Tank Division. Yeah, that takes some forces at Mukden, unfortunately. I'd like to try and move them out in the future. We might actually be able to reorganize the 5th Division next turn as well. Possibly. Oh, of course, they're bloody marching. Typical, isn't it? Okay, but we did actually see a battle over here then at Mersing. Now, interesting result. We need to do something here. What we might do then is, we might potentially look at, I don't know, what do you guys think? Do we actually hit his airfield at Singapore in the coming day? So Christmas Day 1941, do we actually hit the airfield at Singapore? Because it looks as though he's actually going to be committed to destroying the forces at Mersing, potentially. So we might want to actually take advantage of that. We might want to take advantage of the fact that his aircraft, his fighters might be out there strafing. I mean, the thing is, if we'd had combat air patrol over Mersing, we'd have probably raked up some massive losses on the enemy there. So I'm sad that we didn't. Right, now over here at Borneo, let's take a look. Right. Nobody can really go for an amphibious landing then. Transport. Yeah, hit it hard. I just think it's going to be interesting, because if he does go for that again, because he's seen that was unopposed, so he might think, okay, I'll go for it again. Right. Troops. Okay. So I could actually throw 1,000 troops then, potentially. Let's see. Element of the 16th. Right. What I might do then is take the APDs. They're carrying Japanese naval... well, aviation. Right. Nadakazi. Okay, what we're going to do then is we're going to use elements of the 16th Regiment. Right. So that is going to be just over 1,400 troops, about 1,500 troops then, give or take. What I'll do is I'll take... I'd say that's probably enough. Yeah, I think that'll probably be enough. What I'll do is give you the patrol boats. And 2 destroyers. Okay. Then what we're going to do is actually hit Brunei as well. Okay. Do not retire. We need to see this landing succeed. So what I'm going to do here then is we'll split off the AV. Right, remain on station. Okay. I don't think we'll actually see any attacks against us here. We could actually move our naval bombers to cover this area. And then at least we do have a little bit more security here. But we'll land at Miriam, Brunei. So at least that'll secure oil and refineries and additional oil here. But, well, sort of a base as well. We do need to take this base over here, but this is another one he's operating from. What I'm thinking here is we actually use the carriers, move down here, and actually use the carriers to actually escort our fighters as well. I think if we run at 10,000 feet, we'll probably take some AA losses, but I think at the end of the day, if we really concentrate over here at knocking, well, actually inflicting damage on Singapore, then, yeah, it gets easier each turn. That's the important thing. It's a shame about the division over here, the 3rd division, that did did suffer some losses. That's one of my better divisions. But again, I suppose they were unsupported, weren't they? So they do need that artillery. We're marching now towards Wuchao and to Kukong. Still not seeing any enemy forces here, so they might have actually pulled out. $153,000 men. He's definitely up in these numbers. Okay. We're going to take the 25th through to 29th divisions. And then march to Kaifeng. Okay. So what we're going to do here then is we're going to have 5 divisions. Maybe even more would be required, to be honest. It wouldn't hurt to actually have additional divisions. Well, 35th and 19th are battered. We do have another division that could join us from the south. 19th's not bad. But I don't want to actually leave this area too undefended. But we'll have a lot of armor, we'll have a lot of artillery movement. We need enough force to actually hold here. No, they don't fucking move out there. What am I doing? Their 40th Brigade's actually decent strength, so that's good. Gonna have to tell these other forces then to not move. Ugh. Wouldn't be a bad idea to actually consider reinforcing this area with some additional troops really aimed at primarily defense. But there we go. So we have at least 5 divisions there marching along with their guns and armor. So they're going to arrive in the next couple of days. We have here the 37th Division. We have some additional infantry over here that will remain behind along with the aviation. We have some additional guns over here, so that's what, another 24 15cm guns, which is good. additional support there as well. So this is it. The thing is, we are going to build up a huge amount of momentum over here at Kaifeng. And it's going to take us some time to actually dislodge the forces at Chengchao, but we will do it. We just need to have the support, the amount of guns and the armor. But what we'll do is we'll just spend a couple turns bombarding him, basically destroying his forces. All we need to do is take control of the air again. We were lucky over here by Fuchao. Very lucky that we didn't actually see our forces taken out. Okay. We do then have 32nd Division, which will eventually regroup. I do have 21st Division over here. Shanghai would complain, but it might be worthwhile to build up our critical mass. I think we'll have 4 divisions here. Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do. The ones over here at Guam and Saipan were already loading up the base forces here. Yeah, they're being loaded up. It's going to take some time to load up these base forces, but once they're ready, they're going to move straight away. We're grabbing the base force over here at Saipan as well, so we're grabbing these. What we'll do then is we'll go around these different islands and grab what we can. Yeah, which is why I moved some additional float planes, well, flying boats over here actually. Just to make sure we have some additional reconnaissance. We also do have the Jakes up now, which is good news. Okay. We definitely do need fuel in this area. I think it might be worthwhile to have the local assets actually, if they have enough, like over here at Babal Douab. Probably worthwhile to move them, even though. Yeah, have her move out, have her head to KYJ. Can I give her an escort? Not right now. Right. Those submarines don't really have a huge amount of fuel. What I'm going to tell them to do is actually head to Babal Douab. Then refuel, and then they can head back out. They'll at least head out with full endurance. Yeah, 67% fuel. I want them to go out there with more, to be honest. Okay, move these float planes to truck if we can. Ugh, have to move closer. They have no bloody range. Right, Saipan. How many resources are stored on Nauru? I think we saw about 6,000 tons. Yeah, 6,869, so that's a fair amount of resources, actually. It's a size 2 pole, which is really good. Luckily, none of those were damaged, actually, which is nice. It'd actually make a nice base. God, I've really got something in my throat tonight. Okay. Right. Now, I would be very, very happy if I could actually take these out. I think it's a very interesting situation that we have developing here. I'm half tempted just to sit back and just wait and see how he develops. I want to actually give him some confidence to commit to the area. If that makes any sense. Right, keep on moving. What we're going to do here is actually try to intercept his forces. So they're moving northwest then. So I'd say about that. Possibly. What I'm going to do then is... Let's see, what's the range? Now, I could have one submarine move here. Right, what we're going to do is tell you to actually patrol off Baker Island. See, Baker Island's actually proven to be quite a important objective, really, isn't it? I'd very much like to take it. We still have 4,727 troops aboard here. I mean, these are all infantry as well. Well, all combat units. No engineers there. Obviously, we need engineers in the second wave, or third wave. It's difficult to say what's probably the better option here. Because we know he'll be unloading troops over here at Canton Island. But they could be docked, and they probably are docked. But again, I doubt they will be docked due to the actual port being extremely damaged. Yeah, 54 damage there. Now, Canton is 25 hectares away from Talawa, so I don't think he has that range to use float planes. Ocean will fall next turn, so I doubt he would be so daft to actually have troops there. Captured a bit of supply here, potentially. What we're going to tell our troops to do then is actually load right back onto those transports. Right dock. Load troops. Load of the Naval Guard. Right, load up. Yeah, I sincerely doubt that you can't load that. Okay. I think what might be worth doing here... Some of these forces are in combat mode, some of these forces are in strategic mode. I think what we're going to do is we're going to unload our troops. Notice as well that they do have... Yeah, disruption. That's no good. What we're going to do here then is we're going to unload our troops. So, unload. Unload cargo. Unload. We're going to unload the troops over here. What we're going to do then is we're going to load them back up in combat mode. We're going to load them... They'll have a little bit of time to rest and train as well. Now, if he sees us unloading here, he may think, right, okay, he's not doing anything. Perhaps he's given up. But we'll have him loaded in combat mode. We need to do that. Right, that AV will arrive this turn. Oh no, that's the destroy tender. Unloaded a little bit of supply there. Okay. Very interesting. Very, very interesting turn so far. Let's see. I think his battleships have left Singapore. So I think what we'll do is actually have our naval bombers concentrate here, just at the mouth of the Straits of Malacca, and down here obviously as well. We will probably actually give up with the ASW for the time being and let our hunter-killers do their job. Hmm. 5 days into Sazuya is ready. Yeah, looks like most of our damage has been repaired. Can I upgrade her planes while she's here? How much is that going to actually cost me in... is it going to cost me any political points? No, it seems not. Yeah, Kotobruk can definitely handle more aircraft now. That's exactly what we need. There's a lot of resources here, holy moly. Right, continue to expand the airfield. I'll stop building the fortifications, I want them to focus on the airfield. I believe if we build that up to size 7, we could actually, but actually no, I think we can only build up to size 6. We might be able to upgrade aircraft there. I'd be interested to see. Right. We'll double check just in case. Oh, we could actually upgrade here. Very interesting. Do not upgrade. Right. I think what we'll do then is we'll have the KUS 1 detachment A and B stay here. Could we not, that's 3rd KUS, I wonder. They should. Is it because they're under a different command here? You're under independent command. We'll have you assigned to the 23rd Air Flotilla. Well, Kotobruk hasn't actually been raided, but what we'll do is obviously have planes here to actually look after this. So, 23rd was it? I'll double check anyway, just in case. 23rd Air Flotilla. Right, 23rd Air Flotilla. Ah, there we go, reattach unit. Reattach unit. So we have a squadron here of 44 zeros. I could obviously give them additional replacements, but I'm not going to do that. But that's a lot of zeros there. 44 is a big old number. 33 kills the squadron here. We have lost some planes though. I think what we're going to do here, I think this is probably going to be the time at which we actually raid. How's that affected here? Yes, reduce the amount of groups. Fantastic. Not reduce the actual volume, but the amount of groups. Like, for example, I could move the Ki-21 to a Sally's there. And that'd be a nice way to start. Obviously, they are the ones with the biggest bomb load. They are more durable. Our naval bombers are far too viable, so we could use the army bombers. And I think this is it. I think we begin to bomb Singapore now. I mean, I'm open to suggestions on that one, but I think that's probably the best thing we could do here. What we're going to do here then is we're going to actually save for the time being. So, save number 3. We're going to save, reopen the game in windowed, but we'll save here and then we'll make some choices. But before I actually reopen it in a window, I just want to check something. So, if I was to take Kitabutai. Why is a car? Oh no, a cargo is okay. Good. I was really worried then. Okay, so we're going to have all of them loaded back in here. I'll take Cheetos. Hagoro. Destroyer's back in, I guess. Yeah, they might have guns, but that's not exactly needed, is it? Okay. So we've increased the amount of float planes that we have available here. What I could actually do is possibly take a look at replacing some of these F1 M2Ps. But we do have 9 Jakes aboard, which is good. We definitely do need fuel. So if we take a look at these numbers, well, actually what we need to do now is put the other zeros back on board. So this is Shokaku's. Transfer to ship. Shokaku. There we go. She's back on board now. Yeah, so we're up to 443 aircraft, 419 ready. So obviously that's with additional float planes and fighters and everything. Okay, you're lacking pilots here. I'm actually going to just get a reserve. Just so we can actually have them here now. Okay. Now, I think we actually do still have some capacity. You're lacking a pilot. So you? Okay. There's endurance that we can eat. We have a destroyer tender over here. We can eat that endurance. It's tanker. Intriguing. Oh, you've just arrived. Oh, fantastic. Yes, you've just arrived carrying 11,600 units of fuel. And, yeah, oh, fantastic. So that's about 12,000 units of fuel that's just arrived. Actually, make that 20,000 units of fuel. Oh, no, never mind, sorry. 3,436 units of fuel. Right, okay, so you don't actually have any fuel, but you have a good capacity. 12 knots and 18 knots. Okay, you have some really good endurance, to be honest. But I need you to actually get out of here before we, like the vampire, actually steal that fuel. We need them out there. Okay. She does need to be repaired. Two days. Right, let's look at capacity. I mean, we need to spread this fuel out. I mean, Chikuma has a lot of fuel. She's the only bloody ship here with fuel. Though, what I could do is I could have Toho Maru. She could go there and bring some additional fuel in, I guess. We'd obviously have some additional fuel in port next turn as well. We could always actually detach the ships that are lacking fuel and move out. So I think what we'll do is try that. I don't want to let go of those. So I have a 0 here. Right, should be ready tomorrow. Akagi could actually handle them. Right. We'll transfer you to Akagi. Wow, look at the size of that. Yeah, we just need the supply. So we're up to 455 aircraft. 427 ready, 14 not ready, 14 in reserve. I think I'll run these about 10,000 feet. Might even be worth it to run them at 9,000 feet. The reason being we'd have a lot of maneuverability. I think we'll run them about 9,000 feet, actually. I think there's some logic in that, because at the end of the day, we could even run 10,000 feet. I think maybe 10,000 feet. 10,000 to 9,000 feet, potentially. But I think what we're going to do here is actually use the A5M4s as really our bomber defense. Basically, the combat air patrol against, like, bombers. Obviously, have them run low level, which would be nice. And eventually, these guys will be, carrier trained as well, which would be nice. They are capable, but they'll eventually be trained, which is going to be really good for us. Let's see. Carrier trained and capable. Carrier trained and capable. Carrier trained and capable. Carrier trained. Sorry, carrier capable. Need them to be trained. But I'll not be long before they are. Right. So we are going to look at how we are going to bomb Singapore. But we will bomb Singapore. I think that is going to be an absolute necessity. It's really here now. The weather report partly cloudy, clear. So what I'm going to do here then is, let's say for example, I was to leave behind these ships. Seems the rest are alright again, I guess. If you were to move to Tarawa, you wouldn't, yeah, you made no progress. I think it's the seaplane carrier. It may be due to a lack of operations. Right. Right, okay. As this is a save, what I'm going to do here then is, if I was to replenish at sea... Right, she still has her fuel, that's good to know. How much time does it take for the two missing pilots for the torpedo bombers on Hosho to arrive? Yeah, that's a good idea. 5 days, 3 days. They'll be here in a couple of days then. Okay. So obviously we do have a save to go back. We're just taking a look at obviously how we could operate with fuel. So we could be like a vampire. Steal all the fuel from these other ships over here. But it would give us the means here to actually persecute battle. So it made no progress this turn here anyway. But it's an actual potential. So, Kitabutai will remain at Kewad J then, at least another day. Which is not a bad thing. I mean, our ships are pretty battered. Some good pilots there. Okay. Just save over that again. Ah, fuck. That was a stupid thing to do, actually. Well, okay. That is... fuck's sake. Well, that's that button. Ah, fuck me, why did I do something stupid like that? That's what you get when you don't actually think about what you're doing then for a second. You fuck up. Oh well, be alright. Okay, I'd like them to actually supply. Or not. Just rest for the moment then, get rid of that fatigue. Fatigue on the aircraft as well. Okay then. We'll go with what we've been given then. So you're gonna load in here. Well, what I was thinking actually is we could actually run some reconnaissance over here. I think I did run some reconnaissance over Tavoy. I'd have to check that one. Yeah, what I was thinking is potentially having some of these air landing forces actually moved over here to Bangkok and then using transport planes to actually land over here at Tavoy and then take it that way. We do have the second RTA division margin this way. I finally decided to just fucking say, go on, just do it. Wasted a lot of time there, but oh well. How far could we move these Ki-21s? So I can move them 20 hexes away. 25. I think what I'll do then is move Shanghai to Hong Kong to maybe Catamaran Bay if we can make it. Yeah, we could probably make that. Right, continue to rest here actually. Wouldn't be a bad idea because we could actually have them all link up. So we have these forces over here at Batangas, we have Naga and Lucina. Need them to actually recombine. Right, you'll begin to move now. Commando detachment. Though if I move them all here, we'd actually be able to reform the 16th Division. Which I might do, actually, considering the fact that Maoban is being evacuated. Yeah, there's only a few... Yeah, what we'll do here then, we'll have them instead march to Batangas. We'll have the my Ilra detachment actually via rail move to Batangas. Then we'll be able to reform the 16th Division. We'll have the 34th Division, was it? 34th Division, 4th Division, and 16th Division reformed in the Philippines. We'll have eventually 3 divisions to go. Obviously, then the additional forces. We're working here on reforming the 2nd Formosan Infantry Regiment. These forces will actually land here next turn. So 146. Yeah, we'll then be able to reform the 56th Division as well, which is good. I mean, each division that we reform does give us a hell of a lot of potential power there, because we can move these 4 divisions out where they're very effective. I think 3 divisions will be enough to secure the Philippines, probably. We'll leave a division probably just in Clark to ensure security there against the Americans in Bataan, but I'll probably leave some additional forces there, like the 2nd Formosan Infantry Regiment, I suppose. Would have to fortify the hell out of that area. Aye. A lot of things are moving now. It looks like it's been a relatively bad turn for us, really, due to the fact that we're the ones who've taken the losses here. But yeah, we'll recover here quickly. This is just a small step. I do need to make sure these frontier regions are defended. Like, I do have some additional forces here. You're on movement. Okay. Have your strategic movement move to Kaifeng. I'm going to take the 7th... Right, I have a 115th Division I could reform. Oh, I can't actually. What the hell are you part of? Are you just an independent unit then? Strange. Well, what I'm going to do is actually have you moved. I think there's base over here potentially. I don't like the fact that he has additional forces here. So we are going to reinforce these forward bases. Is it possible to make a fast surface ship of reinforced, like, battle cruisers leading? Yeah, you can do that. You can basically like, have surface combatant forces. Right, well, what we're going to... excuse me, what we're going to do here before we do anything else is I'm going to actually load up the save in the tracker. There we go. So, Kidabutai has basically full fuel now. She has the seaplane carrier, she has an additional heavy cruiser. Our ships have taken damage, but the thing is what we're going to do here then is we are going to exacerbate it any further by heading at full speed at any point. I need to stick to that one. We don't need to. So I think next turn, when we're ready, we'll have the other Zero loaded back on the other A5M4. We might even be able to... I mean, it might be worthwhile to actually have the Pete's unloaded and then convert it to Jake's, but we'll debate that one. We do have time. Right, we'll get that save in there, then. Ah, bloody... Okay. There we go. Well, the thing is, it really... to have like a raiding force, you really need the enemy to have a lack of intelligence in that area. Like a lack of forward reconnaissance. Because if there's any idea, any wind of our forces moving in that area, he'll be sure to send something to oppose it. It's hard to really capture the element of surprise. Hey, this is actually really good for me. Honestly, it's really good for me. You're not seeing the other icons on the other screen, to be fair, though. Are these actually... what's going on here? Right, current turn. There we go. Yeah, it used to be a lot worse. Yeah, you really need that surprise. Okay, so it's definitely up to date then. So, Funafuti, Boak, Nauru Island changed hands. Canton Island changed hands there, sorry. But I do not mind that at all. I think he's actually wasting his time there completely. This I really need to find out more about that. So I've actually been continually increasing the amount of vehicles I'm producing, so it's interesting. I suppose the demand has increased. Pilot arrives. Ah, his inspiration has increased. God, my voice is really going here at the moment. I'm sorry about this, guys. It's due to bloody dust at work. Really gets on your throat sometimes. I'll just be back in a second. I'm just going to grab some water. 2 seconds. Okay, I'm back. That is much better. Okay. See, I have this terrible tendency as well. Like, there's a terrible tendency with me that whenever it starts coming near March is when I actually do lose my voice. Lost it on my birthday twice. No, definitely once. Maybe twice. Definitely around March is when I lose it. Always happens around there. Okay. Let's see. These repairs have been completed at Nagasaki, so obviously that'd be like system damage, obviously wear and tear from the ocean going. Yeah, so you can see the amount of resources over here, that's quite interesting. Obviously that is increasing, showing the fact that we're actually capturing resource centers, or at least resource centers have been repaired. We'll ideally capture some oil and fuel, well, oil refineries, fuel refineries next turn. Should have captured it this time, but obviously I forgot to click do not unload. Well, off. So how have we seen the resource situation in Japan change then? Okay, so it has gone down here again. Supply has gone down as well. Obviously due to the fact that we are loading supply on board. Otherwise that would have been going up. But yeah, this is still higher than turn 14 levels, which is, 4.68 million, which is higher, actually equivalent to turn 7 levels here. That's good news. So we do have supply, well, we have resources actually moving into Japan then, at almost a constant rate now, which is really good news. You can see how quickly things would drop. The lowest point was 4.512 million, and since then we've actually been able to start it up it. I'd be happy once we get to about 5 million plus. That'd be really nice. Obviously that'll take us back to our starting levels. We do need to find more fuel. Fuel's actually going to go down. Yeah, you can see that's a big jump of fuel there, due to the fact that we're loading onto the actual tankers. Let's take a look at our air production then. Okay, 2.23 still. And now 2 Oscars per day, fantastic. That's what I want to see here. So we really need to just up the levels of Oscars we're producing. So we're producing 60 Oscars a month, 67 zeros a month, which is good. I think what we need is 100 zeros a month, 120 Oscars per month, and like 100 Sallies a month, and I think that's what we're really aiming for here. But this is good. Eventually we'll be able to start replacing all our squadrons with K-43s and then Tojos. We'll be able to replace our A6M20s. See how it's going to work with the research jump is we are going to jump from the A6M2 to the... just 1 second. Okay, so we'll jump from the A6M20 to the A6M3A0, I do believe. But we aren't going to use the A6M3A0. What we're instead going to do here is jump directly to the A6M5. If our R&D works right. Which is going to be freaking amazing. So you can imagine jumping like 2 generations of aircraft. At least that's how I think it'll work. We may have to actually, well, it depends really on the research. Eventually we'll jump from the A6M3A to the A6M50. Well, actually we'll be able to do that with the R&D, I think. I forget how it works. I'm sure Blackstar would be able to explain that one. Like, I find it difficult to explain R&D because I'm not completely up on it as of yet. But anyway, we'll move from the A6M2 to the A6M3 to the A6M5. Now, the A6M5 will be fucking amazing. The cruise speed is much the same. Endurance is actually lower. Range is lower. Altitude's higher. Climb is better. Maneuverability is not as good as the old Zeros. Still not bad. Durability is higher. Still no armor. Max load still the same. Service rating the same. Gun value is the same. We can see here the 7.7s, 20mm. But we do have a higher maximum speed here. It's just an all-round better aircraft. That additional durability is very nice. Eventually we'd go from the A6M5 to the A6M8. Which, yeah, that is only the time when we see armor on the Zeros. Looking forward to those days. Eventually, we are going to be looking, with the army at least. The plan is going to be we jump to the, well, we are going to mass produce the Ki-43 1C Oscar. Then we jump to using the Ki-44-2A Tojo, I do believe. Does the game show Borneo oil facilities or take account the Royal Dutch Shell oil fields and refineries in real life for all over Borneo? Well, we only have the ones that are concentrated in the bases, so there's nothing that's dispersed out there. We'll be capturing some of that next time, which is going to be good. But yeah, we'll take a look over here then. So obviously the Ki-44-2A Tojo will arrive in some point soon. I think we're going for the 2A. Might be the 2A or the actual 2. We're going for one of them. Might even just be the Ki-44. Possibly. We'll double check which one we're actually researching. Ah, there we go. A6M3. We'll check that model compared to the Zero event later. Ah, so it's just the Ki-44 Tojo. Okay. Right, let's take a look here. Gifu really freaking needs our supply. Yokohama's building that home. Mabashi's growing. Okay. But we are seeing a few facilities here with over 20,000, which is what we want. Yeah, it would definitely be a good idea to take out your submarines. It really would save us a lot there. Right, Kyoto, 40,000 tons. I could actually look at reducing that. Yep, Tokyo is back up to 28,000 tons now, which is fantastic. No issues there at all. Yeah, that'd be great. So we are looking at the Ki-44 Tojo then. So this is the model we'll move to then. That will look to replace the Oscars to an extent. We'll probably keep the Oscars until they're actually no longer useful. But we'll definitely have the Tojos out there. The Tojos really... I mean, the Oscars we could actually use for kamikaze aircraft in the future, I think. But the Tojos are really going to be there for their additional gun value. They have those machine guns and then they have your machine guns. Eventually we'll move from the Tojo to the Ki-84, I'd imagine. Yeah, to the Ki-84A Frank. This is where we want to be in the end. These are going to be the bad boys that we mass produce in the end. So you take a look at that, max speed 392 miles per hour, 277 miles per hour cruise speed, endurance, yeah. Range ain't bad. Altitude's not the highest, climb's not the best, maneuverability's not the best. Durability's pretty damn good, it has armor, load's good, service rating's not great. Obviously we'd prefer it to be lower, that means it's easier. But we do have the 12.7mm, we also have the two 20mm Ho-5s. Indeedy. That's eventually where we're going to end up. Okay. Interesting, you'd actually change from an AMC to a troop transport. Okay. Sort by type. I'd imagine so. I'd imagine so. It's definitely a really interesting game. Okay, the Akakazi. 15 days until she's ready. Indeed, the Kamikaze class. Yeah, so the Akakazi will be ready in about 15 days. The good news is once she's ready, I'm not really gonna use them too offensively. I really want to hold on to them for the most part. I might use them as like escorts, but nothing else than that. Might even use them to actually move some troops about. Depends really. I mean, they'd be fantastic for actually moving troops. I mean, they have the capacity of like light cruisers. They're really great. Obviously, maneuverability is still, could be better. It's not as good as normal destroyers, but still pretty good. AA is pretty good. ASW. Endurance isn't exactly amazing. No armor, but yeah. She still has guns, which is always a good thing. No torpedo launchers, however. But this is what we want. This is going to come next year, but this is when she gains the Type 13 radar, which would obviously give us 109,000, well, radius in the air, well, for air detection. Which would give us advanced warning of incoming raids, or help us to actually coordinate, which is always a good thing. That's what we want. Yeah, can't wait for that. Okay, resources still going in there, which is good. Okay. Midway, I do need to move troops out of. Now, the AMC Awata Maroon. She actually has a really good troop capacity. What we could do then is have her based here at Midway. So we take a look at the low cost. She could almost carry the 53rd Naval Guard. Almost. How are the fortifications going over here, actually? Not exactly great, is it? And we did grab Midway relatively undamaged. I mean, that is like a size 4 airfield, which is no laughing matter, actually. No additional activities spotted off of Midway. We are seeing our submarines moving down here. So we do have a lot of assets moving down here, which is good. I'm half tempted to see about trying to land a bay, because I do really want to deny them all airfields nearby. So now it's fallen, Ocean will fall. I mean, it'd be great if Baker would fall. Now, hopefully we do secure Vaitupu. That'd be nice. We'll re-secure Canton in the future. But the thing is, we'll have a net of islands over here, which is great. We can't move Kitabutai until at least next turn. Though I don't know if I will move them all next turn. I think what we'll do is we'll take a look at the situation as it develops. But we've been able to, well, increase our potential here. So we've built up our fuel to some degree, which is obviously what we want. But we've increased the amount of aircraft that we have on board. So we're now rocking 455 in absolute total. Obviously that is all aircraft, including float planes. We've been able to take on some actual replacements, which is fantastic. So, for example, the Yakagi 1 Squadron will actually have its numbers increased. Okay, we might actually be lacking pilots here. We might have to just put a pilot in here. Yeah, another day we'll have that pilot. I might have to actually put additional pilots in here. Damn it. Looks like another one's on the way, but I might need another. Take you. 6 days. Yeah, we also took on some additional B5M2 Kates. It might be worthwhile to use these F1M2 Petes as basically like night watch. Or what I could do is actually take off some of these F1M2 Petes. Oh, these are on board the actual cruisers, okay. Yes, for example, I do have 12 of them here. What we could do is we could actually have them unload unload onto KYJ here. And then potentially from the next turn at KYJ, we could actually have them upgraded to the was it E3A1 Jakes or whatever the hell they're called? So they're no more gizmo. How you doing, my friend? Yeah, we can have them upgraded into Jakes as of next turn. So an additional 12 Jakes would be really fantastic. But what I think I might do here then is take maybe these bad boys. I mean, I could have them upgraded to Jakes now, but we don't have a supply. Yeah, we have no engineers here, which makes things difficult. Right. Des Moines versus Nagato. I mean, Des Moines, I remember to be in a really, really effective ship. Wow, we only have another one over here at Kamran Bay. We'll see what happens. If we take Ocean... hello there, that angle. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Well, how the game works is it's one of these things of... it's a common question really saying, like, why don't you focus on X theatre first over X theatre? The thing is that our forces are already deployed when we do start the game. So we're on the 24th of December now, so obviously we began the game on the 7th of December. So our forces were already deployed, they already scattered around the entire world, really. So we have to deal with the cards that we're given. Now, all these other theatres are running along. Good night there, Rainbow Slash. No, you're not going to miss too much, I'm probably going to be heading off in about 2 minutes as well. My throat's a little bit, like, sore today. I think it's all the dust I've been working with today, unfortunately. But we'll carry this on probably tomorrow. But anyway, so we have the Malaya campaign over here, which is going ahead. Alright, yeah, had some setbacks, but we'll make do with them. We also have the Philippine campaign, we have the China campaign. We'll eventually, once, really the key to the Dutch East Indies is taking Singapore. What we're going to do really is actually gear up from the for the attack on Singapore. So I think what we'll look at doing then is actually basing bombers over here. I do need to actually run some supply into Patani, so I'll use these transports over here to run that supply into Patani. So I'll do that now before I do forget, because obviously I would be quite mad if not. So they have 3 Y2s. Right, supply. Run that in Patani. There we go. Right. Yeah, we need that there. See, rate of fire is nice and all, but the thing is, are all of these shells actually going to be hitting? And it really does come down to a lot of deciding factors. I mean, surprise is always a big one. Experience of the crew, morale of the crew, I suppose. Just a lot of different factors there. Then I suppose as well, it's like if Nagata was to obviously... I suppose if they were to start at, let's say, about 40,000 yards, 30,000 yards, something around that. The thing is, Des Moines obviously is going to have to close the distance, while as Nagata obviously does have that distance advantage. Well, range advantage. So I suppose it really just comes down to who gets the first salvo in there that actually does do the significant damage. Interesting question. It's one of these things of where it's much like World War II armoured warfare. It wasn't really... I mean, quality of the tank did obviously make a difference, but the thing is, it's like in reality, the tank engagements were won by those who fired first. And it's hard to argue with that. If you fired, you're already beginning to reload. Whereas if the other one has not even fired yet, then yeah, you have that advantage. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to call the... Yeah, we'll call the stream an end tonight. I need to go ahead and rest my voice a little bit. But, yeah, we've had an extremely interesting turn here. Very, very interesting turn. There's been a lot that has gone on. We have a lot to think about here. I do think from the movements that THG is actually displaying over here, the fact that he's actually landed troops at Canton Island does indicate that he is actually not aware of carriers here in KYJ, or he may suspect they may be somewhere else. But I'm going to go with the assumption that perhaps he doesn't actually know exactly where they are. I'd imagine he would be aware of their presence in the Pacific somewhere, but not entirely where. We've deprived him of an additional Catalina over here. He did lose some additional Catalinas elsewhere at Savai, so that's good. We've reduced his ability to run reconnaissance here. We did lose 2 here ourselves, potentially, but that's not too bad. They were goners anyway. What we need to do now is, in the next stream, we'll take a look at actually moving our submarines to potentially intercept the heavy cruisers over here. It may be worthwhile to actually intercept these heavy cruisers, because at the end of the day, if we can actually strike a hit out here in the open seas, that is going to either... I doubt it will actually outright kill them, but it will slow them, and a slow ship is a dead ship in the Pacific. It will also... I don't know, it might convince him that the only thing we have here to respond with is submarines. Though part of me wonders, is it actually worthwhile doing that? It might be more advantageous to actually shadow them to a degree. Like potentially head to Baker Island, potentially head to Canton Island. I think we definitely need some reconnaissance over Baker Island, because if Baker Island is ungarrisoned, what we will do then is we will run our actual troops on board by the Gilbert Islands to Baker Island, seize Baker Island. From Baker Island, I can actually then base Jakes or other aircraft, potentially, to actually help secure our position. What we need to do is actually base AVs around the area, get the amount of aviation support up at these bases on the frontier, and do that. We have captured Funafuti, which is good. So, within the area of Fiji, we have 2 bases now, which is fantastic. He did deny us a 3rd one over here, but we will take it back. But this is great news. I mean, what did we see here unload? This bloody ship has been so lucky. Right. But yeah, we also have to take into consideration here that Louisville, Pensacola, Leander, Achilles, Voyager, and Le Triomphant. They've expended 29 shells, 22 shells there. And then additional 21 shells. Additional 21 shells, actually. Was it? Am I just looking at the same report? I'm probably looking at the same port. Yeah, 39, 32, 21. Yeah. I was looking at the same report there. Okay. We did actually nail Tarpon, that's really good. Okay, so we unloaded here at Funafuti. I'm really happy we seized the base. I'm really happy that we actually seized Ocean Island. No, sorry, Nauru. Singa goes on another day. Right, Allied shock attack. I mean, that really hurt. I mean, that was a lot of squads destroyed there, which is a big shame. At least these other squads can recover, so it's only half as bad as it really looks. We've only lost about 2,000 troops, which is still a lot of troops, don't get me wrong. Yeah, Nauru Island, yeah. That really was close, but we actually did destroy the Catalina here, which is good news. No flights. And that's 109 casualties there. The Ren detachment. Then we can see his forces over here at Canton. Interestingly, can you imagine if we'd had anything there, then that would have destroyed them. Interestingly enough, it's only showing a 1 H6K4 destroyed, which is interesting. So this is the 111th US Naval Base Force. And it is going to die. The thing is, I think what we do here actually is potentially maybe have one of these submarines actually try to intercept it. Maybe these 2 submarines intercept. Maybe these 2 additional submarines actually head to Canton Island. Because at the end of the day, if we can actually keep his forces trapped on Canton Island, what the hell's he going to do? Because the thing is, we can come back here with combat forces and actually destroy them, force them to surrender. And that is going to be the death of the 111th base force. Which is obviously going to reduce his aviation support in the area. Which is like going to be really, really interesting. Right. There's a lot to do here. So very much to do. We are aware of at least five to six heavy cruisers in the area, maybe 4 light cruisers. It's hard to say exactly what we're seeing here. We are seeing actual APDs over here, which is rather intriguing. We are actually seeing a light cruiser here supposedly as well. So in reality, this situation is escalating, but we can take our time. We can absolutely take our sweet time. Yeah, Highland hopping in reverse, pretty much. We're gonna take our time here, and we're gonna pick him apart. If we destroy his warships in the area, that's a lot of naval strength actually taken out in 41, and that will definitely help us out here. With those advantages, I think a mid-war allied light cruiser can take a Japanese heavy cruiser. Potentially so. I mean, like radar, fire control, that sort of stuff is really handy. We definitely lack that. But yeah, we have a extremely large complement of aircraft over here now. Beautiful, really. Absolutely beautiful. Well, obviously not a Tadaway, I meant it KYJ. Yeah, there we go. 427 aircraft here at the moment. I'm ready to go. Well, just as missions. So we are loaded here with Zeros, XSM-2 Zeros, and A5M4 Claws. The Claws will run basically low level combat air patrol to protect against like dive bombers or potentially naval bombers. Actually, no, but again, dive bombers will arrive about 10,000 feet. So actually, it would be probably a good idea to actually run at 10,000 feet as well. Actually, but that'd be great. At the end of the day, this is going to be a Turkish shoot. If we come within range, and if he continues to move to the north, if he continues this movement, that is just perfect. That means that we're only, what, 2-3 days out. And then in 2 to 3 days, Jesus Christ, can you imagine the devastation we'd be able to unleash upon them? And that would see him lose 3 to 4 large, well, heavy warships and etc. That would be a really nice opening to the actual campaign here. And the campaign has opened. With the Force of I, it has indicated our interest in the area. The submarines have indicated interest in the area. So things are going to escalate. But ultimately, yeah. We are the ones in control here. We're the ones who are actually running things. So, until next time, thank you so very much for watching. I hope you guys have definitely enjoyed this. If you have not joined the Discord, please do go ahead and join the Discord. You can find that link down in the description there. If you are not a patron, please do consider actually backing me on Patreon. It really does make a colossal difference. Definitely does help this turn from potentially a hobby, well, from a hobby into potentially something more than that. It would be great to actually dedicate more time to something like this, and to seeing you lovely ladies and gentlemen each and every day. But until next time, for those of you in the US actually suffering through the polar vortex, and the Canadians, do stay safe, stay warm, and everybody else stay safe as well. Good night for now. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, bye-bye.